All right, so welcome to the deep dive, everybody. Today we're going on a deep dive requested by one of our listeners, and they want to learn all about Dogecoin. They want to know, like, what could happen to $1,000 investment if Dogecoin hits certain, price points, right? And to help us with this deep dive, we've got some really interesting articles here from the Crypto Basic and Changely.
Yeah, it looks like some pretty juicy potential returns.
Oh, yeah. Could that $1,000 turn into, like, over $12,000?
We'll have to dive in and see.
Yeah, let's find out. Now, of course, everybody, none of this is financial advice or anything like that. We're just exploring the possibilities here.
Right, just exploring.
Okay, so to kick things off, I think it's important to look at, like, what's been happening with Dogecoin lately, right?
Well, I mean, how can we forget all the buzz right after the U.S. presidential election?
Oh, yeah, Dogecoin went, like, crazy. I remember looking at the charts. It was, like, defying all logic.
Yeah, it definitely grabbed a lot of people's attention. I mean, Dogecoin went from 0.1582 cents on November 5th to a peak of 0.4359.
So, like, it more than doubled in price in a very short period of time.
Exactly, yeah. That's a 175% increase.
Dang, that's huge.
Huge. And you know what? That surge brought in a ton of new investors. Like data from Sentiment shows that over 74,800 new wallets were created in those few weeks.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and mostly everyday people, like,
Yeah.
not big institutions.
Oh, interesting.
And on average, each of those new wallets was buying up around 100,000 Dogecoins each.
So it's pretty clear that, like, a lot of people are hoping to ride this wave, right? To, like, make some serious profit.
Absolutely, hoping to make some big bucks.
It's amazing to me how much events outside the crypto world, like an election, can impact a cryptocurrency's price.
For sure, it's wild. But hey, let's get back to our listeners' question, right? They want to know, what happens to their $1,000 if Dogecoin hits $2.55?
Yeah, let's crunch the numbers.
All right, so at Dogecoin's current price of 0.3607, a $1,000 investment would buy you about 2,772 Dogecoins.
Okay, I'm following.
Now, if Dogecoin climbs to $2.55, those 2,772 Dogecoins would be worth, get this, 7,069,000.
Whoa, hold on. Over 6 times the initial investment.
More than 6 times, yeah.
That's amazing. But wait a minute. That $2.55 price target, is that just like a random number? Or is there actually any reason to believe Dogecoin could get there?
Well, it's not just some random number, no. Analysts at Changely, which is a cryptocurrency exchange, predict that Dogecoin could actually reach $2.55. And it's interesting. They published this analysis before the recent price pump we were just talking about.
So they're not just saying this after the fact.
Right. And even back then, they accurately predicted that Dogecoin would hit $2.30 this month.
Okay, so they've got some credibility, for sure.
Yeah.
But their prediction for Dogecoin to reach $2.55, it comes with a pretty big if, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, they said it could take 8 years.
Oh, right.
8 years is a long time. I mean, some analysts are saying $2 could happen within weeks, not years.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
Huge. So it makes you wonder, like, is Changely being a little too cautious?
It's certainly a long time to wait.
Yeah.
It really highlights the uncertainty we face, when we're dealing with cryptocurrency.
Yeah, for sure.
On the one hand, you've got these long-term predictions, and on the other hand, you've got analysts who think things will move much faster.
It's like, who do you believe?
Right. And I think it's important to consider both perspectives, honestly.
Absolutely. So, listener, where do you stand on this? Are you in it for the long haul, or are you hoping for a quick, moonshot? But, okay, let's say, just for the sake of argument, that Dogecoin does go beyond $2.55, maybe even reaching $4.35. What kind of return are we looking at then?
Okay, so let's see. If your initial $1,000 bought you 2,772 Dogecoins, and Dogecoin hits $4.35, your investment would be worth a staggering 12,058 cents.
That's incredible. But again, the question is, when, right? Changely's timeline for $4.35 is even longer, 9 years.
9 years, wow.
But then you've got crypto analysts like Ale Martinez who are making some seriously bold predictions.
Yeah, what's he saying?
He thinks Dogecoin could hit $18 or even $23 next year.
Next year.
Yeah, that's a huge contrast to Changely's 9-year timeline.
Huge. How does he even come up with that?
Well, Martinez bases his predictions on historical price trends in Dogecoin, which, as we've seen, can be pretty dramatic.
That's true, yeah.
So it's fascinating to see such a wide range of opinions on Dogecoin's future, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Some analysts think it'll take almost a decade to reach these price targets, while others are predicting a much, much faster rise.
It's wild.
It really underscores the volatility and the unpredictability of the crypto market.
Sure does.
I think this is a good point for us to maybe shift gears a bit and take a closer look at what actually makes Dogecoin tick. Because sure, the potential returns are exciting and all,
Yeah, who doesn't love potential returns?
but we need to dig a little deeper, right? Like, what are the factors that could actually drive those gains? And, are there any red flags that we should be aware of?
Yeah, good point. It's easy to get caught up in the hype of potential returns, but, we need to look beyond the price predictions. We need to understand what's happening beneath the surface.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, so let's get down to basics. What is Dogecoin, really? Like, for anyone who's just tuning in, can you give us a quick rundown? What makes Dogecoin unique in the crypto world?
Sure. So Dogecoin is often called a meme coin, because it started as a bit of a joke based on that Doge meme with the Shiba Inu dog.
Oh, yeah, right, right.
But it's really grown into something much bigger. It's got this huge, passionate community.
Yeah, that community seems like one of Dogecoin's biggest strengths, for sure. Like, I've heard stories about them doing some pretty amazing things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like raising money for charities, sponsoring sports teams.
It's true. The Dogecoin community is really known for its generosity and, like, a lighthearted approach to cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I like that.
It's refreshing. They've used Dogecoin to fundraise for things like clean water initiatives in Kenya,
Yeah.
and they even helped the Jamaican bobsled team get to the Olympics.
No way, really.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's amazing. It's like a side of crypto we don't often hear about in the news. It seems like the news always focuses on like the speculative stuff, the price swings and all that.
Right, right.
So it's
Well,
cool to see like the positive impact.
definitely.
But okay, beyond the memes and the community and all that, what are some of the practical uses of Dogecoin? Like what can you actually do with it?
Well, even though it started as a joke, Dogecoin is actually a legitimate cryptocurrency
Yeah.
built on blockchain technology, just like Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Okay, so it's the real deal.
Yeah, so this means it can be used for transactions, just like any other digital currency.
So like I could buy something with Dogecoin?
Yeah, in some places for sure.
Yeah.
It hasn't reached the level of adoption of Bitcoin, obviously,
Right.
but you can find some merchants who accept Dogecoin as payment. For example, the Dallas Mavericks, the NBA team.
Oh, cool.
They let fans buy tickets and merchandise with Dogecoin.
Interesting. So Dogecoin does have some like real world applications,
Yeah.
but I'm curious about the technology. Like how does it compare to other cryptocurrencies? Is it like more efficient, more secure?
That's a good question. So Dogecoin is based on a different algorithm than Bitcoin, and it's known for its fast transaction speeds and low fees.
Oh, okay. So that's a plus.
Yeah, for sure. But some people argue that it's not as secure as some other cryptocurrencies.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. It's a trade-off,
Yeah.
and it's something that potential investors should definitely be aware of.
For sure, for sure. All right, well, speaking of potential downsides, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe I should say the Shiba Inu on Twitter. Elon Musk.
Oh boy, here we go.
His tweets about Dogecoin have definitely sent its price soaring in the past, but like how much influence does he really have?
Yeah, there's no doubt that Elon Musk has been a significant factor in Dogecoin's rise. His tweets have a huge impact, especially when he calls himself the Doge father.
Yeah, right.
But relying on the whims of a single individual, even someone as influential as Elon Musk, it can be incredibly risky.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like building a house on sand, right? Like what happens if he suddenly decides to, I don't know, promote a different cryptocurrency?
Exactly.
Or what happens if, regulations change and they make it harder to buy and sell Dogecoin? There's so many factors beyond our control.
Totally. Yeah. You're right to bring up regulations. They're a big unknown for the whole crypto world, including Dogecoin. Governments around the world are still figuring out how to approach cryptocurrency.
Yeah, still early days, I guess.
And any new laws or restrictions could have a major impact on the market.
That's true. I think that uncertainty is what makes a lot of people hesitant to invest in cryptocurrency. It's like, will it be treated like a currency, a commodity, a
Wow.
security?
Right, exactly.
It's such a complex landscape to navigate.
It certainly is. And while we can't predict what regulators will do, it's important to stay informed about any developments that could affect Dogecoin's future.
Yeah, absolutely. It really feels like Dogecoin is at like a crossroads right now. On the one hand, it's got this amazing community, some interesting use cases,
Yes.
and of course, like the potential for huge price gains. But then on the other hand, There are those concerns about security, the reliance on Elon Musk, and then like the whole uncertainty of regulations. So what do you think, listener? Where do you see Dogecoin going from here?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think the key takeaway here is that Dogecoin is a high-risk, high-reward investment, right? It has
Yeah.
the potential to deliver like incredible returns, but it's super important to approach it with a clear understanding of the risks involved.
Absolutely. So, like, before anyone rushes out to buy Dogecoin, what are some things they should consider? What kind of research should they do to make an informed decision?
Well, first and foremost, I'd say educate yourself about cryptocurrency in general. Like you got to understand how blockchain technology works, the different types of cryptocurrencies,
Yeah.
and the factors that influence their prices. You know,
Yeah, the fundamentals.
exactly, the fundamentals. Then, once you've got that down, you can dive deeper into Dogecoin specifically.
Hmm.
Read the white paper, explore its use cases, join some online forums, get a sense of the community and like their sentiment.
Yeah, get a feel for the vibe.
Exactly.
I think it's really easy to get caught up in the excitement,
Well, for sure.
but it's crucial to do your due diligence.
Absolutely. And never forget the golden rule of investing, right?
Oh, and what's that?
Never invest more than you can afford to lose.
So true.
Crypto is a volatile market and prices can fluctuate wildly.
That's for sure. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We went from Dogecoin's origins as a meme to its potential as like a legitimate player in the crypto world. We explored the excitement, the risks, and the big questions that, lie ahead. Hopefully this deep dive has given you, the listener, a better understanding of the whole Dogecoin landscape.
Yeah, I hope so too. And remember, this is just the beginning of your journey into the world of Dogecoin. Keep learning, stay informed, and most importantly, stay curious.
I love that. Keep learning, stay informed, and stay curious. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Dogecoin. We hope you found it informative and engaging. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.